Hi, everyone. Welcome to Become Your Creator's YouTube channel. I'm Lillian from Become Your Creator, and I'm with my co founder, Rita Castro. A lot of people know Rita as our energy and pathline reader, coach, the amazing abilities that she has to look at people's energies and look at all the pathlines that they're creating, all the infinite possibilities that someone can create, which is going to lead me straight away into our topic today, manifestation. I know this word is thrown around a lot. Manifestation, how to manifest, and there's different interpretations of it. People talk about different ways or rules how to achieve your desires, but we want to get to the reality of manifestation here and the journey that someone goes through in order to achieve what they desire. And we will explain as well about desire versus having or wanting something versus actually being the energy of what you perceive to be desire. So there's a lot that we're going to talk about and a lot we're going to debunk, a lot we're going to explain. But the most important is we want to be as authentic, as real about this journey and the experience we've had, both of us had. I will share my experience as well. So, Rita, I'll start straight away. And I know this is going to make people wonder, why are people failing at manifesting with so many rules out there? Okay, so many how to, so many people tell you you just meditate, you visualize, you're going to get it. But we know that's not the reality. There's much more that goes into the process, the good and the bad. So let's go into it straight away.
Hi, Lily. Hi, everyone. So you're very much right. Manifestation first, you're quite correct to say that the word is overrated. Is actually can be quite frustrating for people now to even hear manifestation. So it's not complex at all because we are not never manifesting. So our entire existence is a manifestation. The difference is either you are doing consciously or you're doing unconsciously. So, what are the basics to actually have? Is meditations important in visualizations? Of course, that is all very important, but only that is not going to allow you to have what you desire. The basics of manifestation is you hear very much your thoughts, is the first vibration. So you have the thoughts that then you can say link into what people want to call the heart. Then you have the emotions, and from the emotions you create your state of being. So words himself is very important, but even if you spend your life just affirming, you may see very little results. So to align, you need to understand the foundation of actually what is alignment, because you also don't want to be meditating for hours and hours in the end. And literally, 20 minutes meditation is further than enough. So you need to understand actually what you need to align, and you need to align the four bodies. It's actually five, but let's go for the five energies. But we call the four bodies as well. That you have the physical body, the emotion, the mental, and energies. So unless you understand that concept, you will struggle to manifest what you desire because you are just focusing and visualize or affirm or doing meditations to create to manifest a specific person or a specific amount of money. Because let's be honest, manifestation when you want something is specific to you. You want that thing. Only with that techniques you are consciously creating by default, and your chances of actually getting becomes less because you're not understanding actually what is to align the energies. So is yeah, that's so that yeah, sorry. I got
No,
confused
and you
with
talk a
myself.
lot. No, that's brilliant
Yeah.
because you talk a lot about. I really want to stress on this. You tell me as well during my journey, and you know how I've not been easy, Rita, throughout this with you. And you've always told me if it's a desire and it's a want, it's always going to be that you don't have it. So you have to switch from, you go from aligning, like you said, your thoughts, feelings, emotions, um, and your physical body all together, but also be aware of whether it's something you're creating as a desire and as a want, which means you don't have it, and you're also creating it in the future. So maybe if you can clarify a little bit that, because that's something I really struggled to understand for a very long time. Even recently, I still dip into back into, sorry, creating time, which goes back to into creating in the future. So maybe we can explain a little bit of that, because that's very confusing for me.
So, a desire comes from what we want, and a wanting literally, for example, say, I want to be with this person, or I want to have this money. Basically, what we signal to the universe is we don't have it, and that's what the universe is going to reflect back to you, not having it all. So, a desire is nothing wrong. We have desires for a reason. The problem of having a desire is you're saying you don't have, and that's what you get. So you need to understand the concept of the energy of desire. So if I want I don't know, if I want to have, for example, I'm in love with someone and I want to be with that person, or I want to marry that person, I know straight away by having all that energy, I want. I'm not a match.
Mm,
I'm not an energetic match to what I want. So the
hmm
job itself is not about fighting with the desire. It's to actually to go and understand, because you are the outcome. You need to change your energy from a wanting to a knowing. So you cannot have
hmm
nothing that you don't know. So you manifest what you know. So if you know you are married, very happy, that is your manifestation. But by wanting something, it's just a desire, it's an unfulfilled
hmm
manifestation, and you can have that for the rest of your life. I think one of the problems I find with clients coming is when they come with all desires, what we often say to them is, okay, forget everything you want, because if you think you're going
hmm
to manifest that way, is actually the other way around. So it goes back to the basics. The first thing that you need to do is forget your desire, let go. No one is saying that is not going to be in a mind. We're not worried about that. But forget your desire, forget that you want to specifically manifest that. Because you don't have it now. You're not going to have just because you're going to sit down and meditate for an hour or for 10 minutes, whatever. So it's just a waste of time. So what we
hmm
want to people to understand is the importance of actually becoming a conscious creator, or create what you desire, is the base. That is alignment. It goes back to alignment. And you're not going
mm
to understand, sometimes it's difficult for people to understand that in the beginning, because they want so much that, and most of people that goes on a manifestation journey, they're already suffering. They waken because something made them suffer, and they want something, all right, okay, even could be good health, or more than just one specific thing, and they start that journey. And when they start to align, and with so much information out there, and lots of information is correct, but when you start to use that information, but you are not aligning your or organizing your body energies,
Your energies.
you just wasting your time, and you can be on a manifestation process for a long time. So if I desire something, let me give in a very, very basic way. We are constantly manifesting. Our full existence is a manifestation. So if I want, the moment I wake and I have awareness that I'm awake, I manifest. Let me go and have a shower. I don't know, let me have breakfast. Let me do this. And automatically we manifest that very, very, very quickly. But if you live in your awareness, if you live in a country that water is
hmm
not present, that is going to be a more difficult manifestation. So to the things we believe, that we are able to do, and again, goes to what Spirit is actually showing me here, this misconception that you need to work hard to manifest, no, you
hmm
don't need, oh, you're doing something completely, oh my God, now I'm manifesting. No, your existence is a manifestation. So if I have a desire, it's my indication of something I don't have it. That's the first indication. So yeah, the desire, thank you, all right, but I don't have it. So if I'm thirsty and I want water, my uh, uh, um, process throughout life, and the way I live, okay, I stand up, I go and pick up water and I drink. But if I want £1 million in my account, do I believe that I have £1 million? So if I
We
don't
feel it's
believe,
difficult.
I
Yeah.
will feel it
It's
is
a perception.
difficult.
It's our perception of it. Yeah, absolutely.
Is
Mm-hmm.
exactly that. So
Mm-hmm.
I have a knowing that I can go and pick up water immediately without no efforts whatsoever. But my knowing
Mm-hmm.
to have £1 million today in my bank account is completely different. All right, okay. And if I decided to go, so I know straight away that I have resistance.
Mm-hmm.
So sitting down and putting, I don't know, a meditation, wealth and all of that, to create that money is a long journey. For some people, it works. And I will probably explain in the next time why for some people actually works and for some doesn't
For
work.
others, it doesn't.
So you
And one
have,
thing I want to
yeah.
ask as well in this, um, one thing I want to ask is about you, because I've heard you talk about this a lot, and you've said it to me as well, the attachment to the outcome. Like, for example, because there's been times during this process as well that I've tried to listen to certain audios and be like, I'm listening for a purpose, for an outcome. And you've corrected me on that, and you said, well, why would you even do that when you can just do your alignment and align your energies? Because then you become attached to the outcome. If you're trying to learn something or listen to, I don't know, a teaching or audio to create an outcome. So that attachment to outcome, perhaps we can explain to people how to detach from the outcome. Again, it goes back to that. It's if it's a desire or want, then it's not there yet.
I think we need to be honest with ourselves to start, because you cannot let go of something that you really want. And by
Mm-hmm.
just having that awareness that I cannot let go because I really, really want that, you
Mm-hmm.
expressing a different vibration to the universe. At least you expressing honesty, and the universe responds back to you. So what people are forgetting is, all the rules of creation, of your own creation. For example, you, Lily, is your rules. So all the rules
Mm-hmm.
are yours. You can put as much energy into not wanting to let go as you can put the energy into letting go. So
Mm-hmm.
letting go. So when we are going through the manifestation process, all right, okay, it's very common that we start by wanting something, and then, like for you, for your own experience, is you realize that what you put so much interest in the beginning, what you thought you really, really, really wanted, all right, okay, as you start to align, it doesn't mean you don't desire that anymore. No, actually, I'm wrong. It doesn't mean that you cannot have that. It means your desire for having that is becoming annoying, is
It's
changing.
less. Yeah.
Right. So when someone is trying to, one of the big mistakes that we see people doing is trying to change the versions of themselves via
Mm-hmm.
meditations or affirmations. And again, it's nothing wrong with that. It's very good. I do it. You do it. We do other type of things as well. Bringing the awareness into the present moment, or other techniques we all learn out there. If you're trying to change your version, right, because you say, okay, let me change me, but my desire is still there. So I still want, I don't know, let's say a specific person, because this is what people love, is a very
Mm-hmm.
important manifestation for people. So if you want a specific person and you're trying to bring that specific person that you have already created memory, about him or her, from and trying to create a new version that is a higher version of yourself, but still link yourself into that outcome. You never first you first you're going to struggle to become that version, your higher version, because the person or the version that is attached to that specific outcome is your version now, not your higher
Yeah,
version,
absolutely.
not a new version. You don't know what that version wants. So what we normally advise is, when you are in that situation, and it goes back with us from the beginning, is you come to us, but you must understand that we're not going to be here manifesting any specific outcome, because if we go on
Yeah.
that road, you actually, the chances are very, very little. So you
Yeah.
go back into understanding who you are. Remember,
Mm-hmm.
that is the job here, to remember. And in order for you to remember, who you are in terms of your soul, all right, okay, you need to align the five elements, or at least the four elements within you, at least the four elements within you. And as you start to align, all right, okay, you will naturally. inorganically change that perception. You may have the awareness that you need to have, that you start to realize that you are the outcome, right? Okay, and you must
Yeah.
understand like that. How can you right now, and this again is just like giving examples. How can you bring your specific person, right? Your version that wants that person is it wants is attached to that outcome, is manifesting to have that outcome. How can you bring that person that is a vibration match because you have the desire to you right now, maybe not to be together, but still a match. How can you bring that person into a version that a higher version that you don't know yet?
I haven't met even yet myself, absolutely. And I this is a journey I went through as well, especially for the past 5 years. Not only my perception of love was distorted for since childhood, what I understood about love and how I defined love was wrong. Um, I also started to understand exactly what you're saying now, that if I'm manifesting, if I want to become a new version of myself, let's say, I will say it in very simple terms, I must do it for myself, for that genuine desire, let's say, of my growth, of remembering who I actually am and what my purpose is, not for a specific outcome. I'm not trying to create a new version of my significant person or the person I wanted to be with. And that was very, very difficult to do and to grasp, first of all, and then to take action on. Because all I kept thinking, Rita, is, well, if I'm the new version of myself, surely I'm the creator of my reality. Surely I can create that person to be the way I want them to be. But that's not fair on the other person as well. It's almost like you're trying to push something that you don't even know, like you said, if your new version wants or doesn't want anymore, if you're even in that place or that energetic match to that person. So what I realized, especially the past few weeks, when I had to let go of creating a new version of myself for a specific outcome, and it wasn't just about my significant person, it was also about money and whatever else. What I realized is that I truly have got to do this for my own personal growth. And that's all that matters, with no attachment to this world, no attachment to the 3D, just truly being and living the my outcome, the outcomes, me, and that's it. And it was very it was I don't want to use the word awakening because it's not fair, people's awakening experiences are different, but it was eye-opening to just see that my growth and who I'm becoming is not dependent on something or someone or a place or thing or whatever else or any other 3D desires. And that was that I truly wish that for everyone to see. And it's very important. Again, I need to tone this. And Rita mentioned it as well. If you're coming to us or if you're going into the manifestation journey to create something or someone, then again, be honest with yourself and reassess why you're truly doing it. Um, and start looking at it from a different perspective, as Rita was saying, from a perspective of your own growth. Essentially, that's why we're here. We come, we come alone, we learn what we need to learn, and we leave alone. And that's all I'm going to share right now because there's a lot that's going to be shared, Rita, and I know it's going to get very personal in future videos as well. But I want to go back to, if someone, let's just do the 3D question, very 3D. If someone comes to you and says, "I'm in love with this person," same way I've come to you before, "I'm in love with this person, I want this person, I want to marry them," what would you say to them to do right now? Right now.
Right now, the thing is not like people cannot be with that specific person. That is what is so
Mm,
beautiful about it. You cannot manifest by thinking that you are going to get that person. So you need to do the manifestation process, or you need to do your alignment for you, like you're doing, all right, okay, for you, because your
mhm,
the issue is not manifesting that person into your life. The issue that many people they have, and we had clients who happen that is yes, they have manifested the person into their life, but they remain both them and the other person, what they were in the past. And what that will
Mm,
create is separation again and again and again and
mhm,
again. So why would you manifest someone to come, to go in separation again? Because it's so traumatic and it's so exhausting. Also, when you're trying to manifest a specific outcome for money to whatever it is, you must understand that that is so exhausting. Not letting go, you putting all your energy throughout the day
mhm,
to something that you really, really want, and you feel exhausted by the end of the day. It's exhausting to, especially if you don't have money, especially if you don't have the person that you love. You can have it all. This is the beauty of
mhm,
manifestation, but you're not giving yourself a chance to actually having it all, because unfortunately, most ways of doing is um, uh, meditating to get that outcome. But if the
yeah,
outcome is you, because you are what you can see on your 3D is a reflection of you. That means what needs to change is never about being. It's not your desire. Your desire is just an indication of what you want. Yeah, fine. And that you're not there, fine as well. All right, okay. But what you need to do is realize that you are the outcome. And once you
mhm,
realize that actually the outcome is you need to look into changing your energy. And that's what we call energy alterations. You need to learn how to alter your energy. And to alter the energy, you need to have completely awareness how to align the five, or let's say at least again, I will say
mhm,
the four bodies within you, because meditation only does not work. If you are just meditating or doing affirmations or doing whatever techniques, that are out there, they are very important as well, does not work.
mhm,
I also feel that people, it's our job is not to say to people, they're going to have or not have. You are the creator of your own reality. Our job is very, very simple. We will teach you how to alter your energy to become
mhm,
a match for what you want now. All right, okay. But as you altering your energy throughout time, what we cannot guarantee, if it's what you want today, is what you're going to want tomorrow. You become a match to that. People will chase you, money will start to come, but maybe, just maybe, the people that are chasing you, you may want being in a different version or not. We have infinite personalities. We have a huge
mm,
amount through the ego of, you don't behave the same way. Like, if you look into life, we talk to our environment, means people in or EVs are out there in complete different versions, right? Okay, so at some
mhm,
point in your life, you were a match. All right, look into this really well. You were a match to the person that you were, but if you were lack confidence, perhaps no self esteem and all of that, you must understand you attracted someone, right? Okay, that may not come across like that, but is a match to your energy. So when you raise your confidence and you feel more love for yourself, and you're changing your inner world, because there's a full universe within you, you're changing everything within you. Maybe, just maybe, what you felt so attractive is not what you want. And I think what the biggest problem people they have, and we discussed that a little bit better, is most of you guys that came to me came because what we
mhm,
call a twin flame connection. All right, okay,
mhm,
and the concept of twin flame. Is very beautiful, all right, okay, and very true as well. But the connection himself is never or is ever going to be about the relationship. I'm not saying that the twin flames cannot be together. I've seen many twin flames getting back together and really, really happy. But the point of that connection is self growth and spirit growth,
growth,
and
yeah,
that is the main thing of the connection.
mm,
Is also a connection that creates a significant amount of suffering. I've seen people suffering so much throughout these connections,
mhm,
and of course, they desire. Because the connection is so strong, they share the same, let's say, energetic information. Some people
yeah,
say, is a soul divided into two bodies? It doesn't really matter how we perceive or not. The point is the connection is a very, very, very strong connection. That is no doubt. The desire is going to be really, really, really big, means the blockage to actually be with that person is going to be
It's
twice
big.
bigger than any other connection.
Yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah.
and the suffering is horrendous for connections like twin flame connections. And when I started my journey with my clients, I'm going to say that we had probably a significant amount of clients on twin flame connections.
Twin flame
Some,
journeys, yeah.
some are very happy today. Some decided to do other journeys, happy as well. This is the point of spirituality. Life is not a mystery. We are here to live life, to experience
Yeah.
life. So, so it's no point to make something complicated, sole purpose and all that. Your purpose is very simple: experience life to the best of your abilities. And causing suffering is we cause our own suffering by using
Choice.
our mind by choice, but it's unconscious choice,
Oh, that's
and
that's gonna be a bit
you know,
uncomfortable. We need to talk more about this. Again, another big thing that it took me a very long time to grasp, how we cause our own suffering. Very, very I know it's gonna trigger some people as well to talk about it. But I
well,
realized as well, it's true. It's true.
exactly. You are responsible for your creation. I think just that
Mm,
concept that you are responsible for your creation, it takes time for people to understand. But because
mm-hmm,
the rules of creation are your own rules, if you actually change that concept, you also can change your creation really, really fast. I find
mm-hmm,
very easy to change my creation. I'm not attached to my body and my mind, so it's a separation, it's a space. This is where you find yourself in the present moment to read someone, to do energy and pipeline reading, to connect to spirit, the created universe, or whatever we want to call it. You need to be on that existence, because the only moment that exists and will forever exist is
mm,
the present moment. So suffering comes
mm-hmm.
from using your mind, using memory, and the anxiety and all that kind of stress comes for your mind takes you to
Being
the
attached to the
future.
body and mind.
Well,
Yeah.
it
And being
takes you to
attached
the
to your body
future.
and mind as well, allowing it to take over as well.
It's exactly that, So,
Yeah.
what alignment does? Alignment with a
Mm,
proper technique that includes definitely more than just meditation or just breath work. You want to incorporate something that that works to organize those energies, because once you start to organize those energies, the mind comes down. Once the mind comes down the body. Once the body comes down the emotions. Once the emotion comes down, you become a state of being, and a
mm-hmm,
stable state of being, you know is aware of, or conscious aware of what they're manifesting. That
mm-hmm,
doesn't mean that we will forever be just, and this is another misconception about manifestation, this idea that we are only manifesting what we want. No, we
mm-hmm.
many times I manifest what I want, and many times I
What
manifest
I
what I
don't
don't
want.
want. But
Mm-hmm.
because I don't
Absolutely.
want allows me to learn, or that I'm not going to use that energies anymore, because I don't want to
Mm-hmm.
repeat. And that is the so-called karma, that I'll let you talk a little bit like that, because
Um,
yeah.
yeah. The misconception is karma. I mean, yeah, again, I've learned that. I always thought, you hear about karma, it's like, oh, if I do an action, something bad will happen to me, and that's my karma. But then I start realizing through this journey and through the teachings, through your teachings, that karma is not good or bad. Karma is literally reactions to any action you take, good, bad, any action. It could be any little thing. There is karma to it, and we're going through that again. I do want to talk as well about the energy and pathline reading, but I do want you to expand on karma as well, because that is a big misconception, and its role in manifestation, because we talk about karmic cycles, right? And there's repetition. You repeat the same thing over and over, the same thoughts, the same emotions, the same actions, you are going to get the same outcomes. And sometimes the outcomes are more clear than others. It's when it's not as clear, that's where we get a bit lost and confused. So maybe we can talk about that. But I do want to close off with the energy and pathline reading after that as well. But yes, let's go ahead with karma first.
So, like you say, karma is not either good or bad. The karma is my actions, right? Okay. So if I do good actions, the universe reflects that to me. If I do bad actions, the universe gets reflects that to me. So it's basically your life. And being stuck on a karmic, oh, this is quite interesting because the problem is when you're trying to dissolve karma, people think it's all about dissolving what you done wrong. No, because you're part of the
Mm-hmm.
same energy. It's not just about dissolving what you've done wrong. And it's not definitely not judging that, because if you start to judge what you've done wrong, it's very difficult to understand karma. But in the best way to kind of like look is you really need to understand that, yes, you're very much right, Lily, that the conception when people hear karma or I'm blocked, my energies are blocked, that is the end of something, or I'm very unlucky and all of that, is not. It's just our actions, all right, okay? So only conscious awareness will make you aware of your actions to really, when you get to that point, when we start to align, aware of your actions enough to stop
Mm-hmm.
repeating, because you must understand, and it goes back to understanding of the five elements, or again, we only showing here a little bit today the four. So when you look into that in self, when you look into your elements, it's special. When you look into the mind, you must understand your mind, and your mind is no more like a software, like a program, like a computer with recycling now, that it is taking information, and that information is storage. And if you're using that information, you are stuck in a karmic cycle, because you only can repeat that over and again, maybe different people, different circumstances, slightly different, or sometimes it looks very, very different, but will be very, very, very similar. The end result, if you are unlucky in love, you remain unlucky in love. If it's about money, reminder, because you just, unfortunately, and it's no longer, you're just recycling that memory.
Yeah.
That is when you are stuck in a karmic cycle, and nothing really
Mm-hmm.
changes in your life. And when I say nothing really change, it doesn't need to be something horrific. It could be the simple stuff, simple habits that may change your life. Of like eating more mindfully, and that will change your energies. Or sometimes this is the thing about conscious creation. If you just meditate, or you're just bringing yourself into the present moment, bringing ourselves to the present moment, it's because we are so into the mind. This realm is the realm of almost of the mind. It's so difficult to bring
Mm-hmm.
yourself into the present moment. But yes, only in the beginning. But like everything, the mind, look into your mind. If the mind stores memory, all right, okay, and if you push yourself to bring your energies into the present moment, I mean, really pushing yourself in a way that. Because it's going to be alien to you, we're not used to that anymore.
Mm-hmm.
What is going to happen is your mind is going to start to store that memory. And what seemed a very, very difficult job in the beginning, naturally, it normally takes 3 weeks for a new habit to kick in. All right, okay, that's with the so-called 21 days. You have a lot in the other techniques that we do, that we do 21 minutes, and is the reason for that, because we have
Mm-hmm.
7, 7, 20, 7, 14, and 21. But if you understand, if you want to manifest what you want, and you need to have awareness or understanding of those elements, you look into the mind. Okay, I get the mind, so I'm going to start to create new habits. And yes, it's going to be difficult to create a new habit, what looks, because your body and your mind and your body are going to fight you. The ego is stronger, so it's going to fight you. He has a memory, he has a program, and you cannot, will fight you means what the heck you are doing. Now, we used to do this, so we're not going to do something different now. So you're going to need to go beyond your mind in order to maintain. And
Mm-hmm.
after 3 weeks, it's becoming seed of new habits. It becomes really kind of like, and because you are using that, your mind will create that new memory. And what is going to happen is you're going to be able to bring yourself into the present moment more and more. But bringing yourself to the present moment, it's beautiful, because life exists only there. Your connection,
Yeah.
you feel connected to the divine. It's just magnific.
It is. If it does feel like nothing exists, and being, you feel free as well. It feels like
Yes.
freedom. And I know people think, oh, well, I am present. What do you mean? No, actually being in the truly in the present moment, detached from your memories in the past, detached from tomorrow or the future, is just magical. Detached from any desires or any outcomes. But if you have one tip, one simple tip that people can do to train themselves to be in the present moment, what would you say?
For me, I will start. We hear often now, bring your awareness into your breath. Very, very good technique. But for me, I like to start with something that is personal to me, and I think it's important to start with something that is personal. So I take my morning routine. The moment I wake, the moment I have awareness, until I finish, let's say, the first hour. Just as an example, I bring all that daily routine into the present moment.
Mm-hmm.
I started by that. I started by bringing awareness, by being aware that I was aware. First thing as I wake up, being grateful because I have another day, a new day.
Mm-hmm.
So every day is a new day. It means I can create. So I took time to and instead of just bringing my awareness into the present moment, to actually understand my energy, what I felt on that moment, and just feel everything around me, perhaps the sheets beneath me, my pillow, and that awareness, come out of the bed, walk, feel myself walking, feel the water, if I'm washing my face, the warm water or the cold water in my
Yeah.
face, feel myself brushing my teeth. So I started that, and what happened is then my morning became very natural to me. All right, okay, and then I
Yeah.
used the afternoon, and then the afternoon became very natural to me, and then I used the evening. It took me time to get there, so it was not something. This is another thing. When we really want something, we don't have patience. We just want that, and
Yeah.
we
We just
want,
want it
and we
now.
want, and we want, and we want it now.
But you have to
Uh,
push yourself, like you said, your body and mind will fight you and your ego will fight you as well. And will fight you to carry on with the same old habits that you've been doing. Wake up in the morning, the first we're all guilty of. We grab our phone, we listen to something uncomfortable, perhaps on the news, something that disrupts us. So instead of starting our morning, like you said, with awareness and with gratitude and with just feeling and sensing everything around us, we end up starting our morning with something that disturbs us or thoughts that disturb us from yesterday, carrying things from yesterday instead of starting at a blank slate. So
well,
I
to
find
start
this
with a yeah,
very important. Yeah.
Yeah, to start with a blank slate in the morning, I think it's very important to go to bed with the emptiness of the mind. You give yourself
Yeah.
a really see. Most of people go to bed, what is also not wrong, but people they tend to go to bed with I don't know, trying to manifest what they want, and then they wake the next day and they don't have what they want, and then they can spend. I had clients that were trying to manifest specific outcomes for like 2, 3, 4, 1, actually 10 years. I was like, oh wow, my God, 10 years of suffering. And one of the things that specific to this particular client that was is you're going to need to start to sleep with the emptiness of the mind. Oh, what? What you mean by sleeping with the emptiness of the mind? But they needed to do that, and they done it, and they persevere, and they failed several times, but came back. Now you need to do. Now you need to do, because it's so easy. You want to think about. The mind will want to think about it for what they desire, and even if you're doing it, to consciously manifest. That's what this person was actually doing for 10 years. 10 years trying to consciously manifest. Uh, um, this person that she believed, she saw as a twin flame, and 10 years. And
Hmm.
anyway, it took me a while to teach and for the person to get there, but she got what she wanted. What took her 10 years, it did took a while because she was quite resistant and all of that. But once that she had enough, because this is the beauty of people, either you give up because you had enough or you actually just give up, and she started
Yeah.
to use the techniques in the right way, and understand what was important to activate within her or organize within her. I believe after that took her only 6 months, and now she's very happily married. But the point is not that. The point
Yeah.
is she wasted 10 years of her life, all right, okay, on something because you want to jump to the process, because you really want, and
Yeah.
it goes back to the desire, because I really, really, really want. You're doing things without understanding the full process, and you just waste. I don't care if it's 10 years, even if you waste, I don't know, 3 months, it's still a waste of your life. You're putting energy out there. The energy is not
Yeah.
inwards. Your body feels exhausted. You feel tired. You feel frustrated with life. And what will happen to many people, or may have happened to many, is they give up. They give up,
Yeah.
but that is that. Well, it's a
And
lot.
we've
Yeah.
all come to you with that, including myself. We've all come to you and all your clients, and we have so many of these stories to share. And that's why it was so important for me to get this message out, get you out, your teachings more out for people to not give up, first of all. Because, like you said, we get frustrated, you give up, and you think, nah, this is not the right. Let me just, I just, they give up on what they're meant to be, or they give up on who they're meant to be. But also for people to understand what they're doing wrong and hopefully get guidance on how to go through this journey and get support, and understand also that it's not, we know because we've lived it. It's not an easy journey. It's not linear. There will be your ups and downs. There will be times where you feel really shit about yourself. But the most important thing is having and knowing that when you do your alignment, when you align your energies, and when you become aware of exactly what you're experiencing, you're able to shift it or alter it, as you said, Rita. And gosh, there's so much we want to talk about. There's one more thing. Um, we've all come to you, like I said, when we've suffered at some point, and everyone who's come to you, I know that for a fact, has been to readings, but you do something very unique, and that's your gift. Apart from all the teachings and all the experience you have as well, the energy and pathline reading. What's so special about the energy and pathline reading? How do you do it? And how is it that you look at different people's lines and guide them towards the right line? Because it's fascinating and it's very, very unique compared to regular psychic reading, and very empowering as well. So,
Well, he is empowered. So the way for me, the way I do the readings is actually is nothing to do with me. It's precise. So I connect to your energy. So I will connect your body and your mind energies, and then I connect to conscious awareness, spirit, whatever people they want to call. So I'm connected to your with spirit. I'm connected to your soul. So I'm
mm,
actually all the information that I pass. So I start by reading your energies, what gives me completely map in what happened to you. That's why we are very precise on things that happened to you in the past. So we start by the body and mind. That is the past. And I know past, present moment, and then we enter into path lines. I connect your soul, higher consciousness. We all connected, and from that perspective, your higher version, or whatever we want to call it, I get all the information. So I look into your present. I know straight away, okay, what you have now you don't want. So if you want something in
mm-hmm,
specific, let me jump into different lines. So what that means is let me go into different versions of you, but actually the you are being guided by yourself. It's just a higher version of you. So I connect
mm-hmm,
your own soul and the conscious higher consciousness that is part of you. So everything, so I jump into different lines until normally it's a few lines that shows more bright. I look into your lines, and I just, the lines goes through. What happens is once we are entering that lines, because we connected to your soul, and you're getting all that information, you must realize that there is a sense of healing. So it heals you
mm-hmm,
at the same time,
mm-hmm.
also gives you an indication of what you need to do. So will be like actions. If you act this way, this is going to be the outcome. If you act that way, this is what you're going to have. And if you follow
Yeah,
the guidance from spirit and your own soul, the chance of not happening are very, very little, because you're already doing something that was different than before. And that's why you
yeah,
came and because when I read you, you came for a specific outcome, but then you got a warning for
we
something
all do.
else,
Yeah,
but you got your outcome. And it was not an easy
I
outcome,
did.
you got
Did.
your outcome. However, the beauty of this is the reading, the energy and pathline reading, you are being guided by your higher self and consciousness,
Mm-hmm.
or higher consciousness himself. The information comes from there. You are hearing yourself, and is very healing. You come out of an energy and
Absolutely.
pathline reading very sense of is
Clarity. It's freedom,
clarity,
sense of, yeah,
is is
this
freedom.
clarity. You don't feel this anxiousness inside you. You feel good about yourself. And the reason it's empowering is because I've realized as well, and you've said it to me many times, nothing is set in stone. So what you read today is actually my creation. It's all about me and what I'm creating. And if I change actions, if I do my alignment, if I align my thoughts, actions, feelings, my my what do you call it? My
Your
creation will
terms.
change as well. I will be able to alter, and my outcomes will come to me, and my creation will change. So it'll probably be a different reading, a more positive reading. So that's the most empowering thing. You have the ability to create your own reality. And when Rita's doing the energy and pathline reading, she has the ability to see all these infinite lines that you could be creating you. And that's what's beautiful about this. So yes, to close it, one closing off statement, Rita, before we go.
One closing off statement to Oh God, I just feel like we are not kind to ourselves. I think we need to be aware that the mind has been built to protect the body. So the mind is very tricky. Is pretty much you know it's an illusion in a level. All right, okay. But I won't say is you cannot take your thoughts that seriously at all. You need to learn to detach. But if you understand that the mind is built beautiful tool, magnific, or we can create, we are here, isn't it? But if you go try to reprogram yourself, or to affirm, what you need to understand is you still have the other information, and what can happen to some, not to all, but to some, and is I would say is the majority instead of the minority, is yes, you're putting new seeds, but you still not understanding the process of the mind and how to go beyond the mind. You're still going to use, you may manifest what you want, but you also may lose. So you can be on that road for a long time. So from today,
Yeah.
I think the more important thing is if people they can do is to learn to understand actually those elements, at least one that will be the mind. That will be really, really
Hmm.
good, So yeah.
And the thoughts that they've been thinking about themselves or others as well. It's very important. If they could do one thing today after this video, do that. What is actually the thoughts that come up about themselves or other people? And that is as well, once you have that realization, you'll be able to understand a bit more your creation. But we have a lot more to talk about, especially on the present moment, conscious creation, conscious awareness, alignment, most important thing in this journey, more specific examples as well. But we'll leave that for other videos that we'll be creating as well. And I hope
Exactly. And the good thing is, as people will attend, we will be going live stream, ask questions. It's very important to ask questions because you cannot
specific, yeah,
learn, you know, whatever questions people they want to ask. And we're
yeah,
more than happy to help us if we can. But more important thing is the power is within you. And
mm,
if you actually, the so famous word, unlock that power within you will realize that you actually responsible for your creation. And once you realize you are
yeah,
responsible for your creation, even if you're creating something you don't desire, it gives you that power to change because you realize that what you have
yeah.
right now is a byproduct of your own
Creation, actions,
well,
thoughts, emotions,
yeah,
everything. Yeah, yeah.
unconscious,
Unconscious,
more, yeah,
exactly.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, brilliant. Thank you so much. You know how much I enjoy all these conversations. I'm always learning something new. It never, ever stops. Sometimes you feel that things, you've heard them before, but there's always going to be something new that you're going to pick up and it's going to make you even more aware. So thank you, Rita. So much love to you. And I can't wait to reconnect back on these sessions again.
Well, thank you very much, and gratitude for everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Take care.